Atlanta Discuss. Yes, every Friday we come to you with an issue that reverberates with the people of the 7 continents of the world. I mean, it could be taking place anywhere, but it does matter. That's why today we are still going to be in the Congo. Yes, Congo, Kinshasa, not Brazzaville. A lot has been happening there. We've read about the issues of M23, Kagame, Tshisekedi, war in Congo, and so on. So today we are titling today's discussion, Challenge of the Congo. A lot of you have heard of Kwame Nkrumah. Yes, President Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, first president of Ghana. He wrote a book back then titled Challenge of the Congo. I'm sure you all know some, maybe if you are not born, but historically, when Congo got independence, there was some fracas there that so many African countries had to send peacekeepers there during this period Nkrumah was president in Ghana. I think that's led to him writing that book, Challenge of the Congo. So today's topic is Challenge of the Congo. And to discuss the challenge, or the challenges now, maybe at that time was a challenge. Now we have numerous challenges coming out of Congo, Kinshasa. Now we call it challenges of the Congo. So today, for that reason, we're going to bring somebody that is very, very vast in international politics, someone that's worked with the UN, that worked worked with a lot of peacekeeping operation in Africa, in solution providing from Congo to South Africa to Angola, even all the way to Nigeria. He has been a rapporteur, peacemaker, and he's just the man for the job. He's from Congo. Kinshasa is from Congo Democratic Republic, but he's been involved in a lot of peacekeeping and solution providing and what have you in Africa. So being a Congolese himself, he fits the billing. He's there in London. He's a patriarch of the Congolese in Europe and wherever they may be. The current president of Congo respects him. Almost every politician, every whiz in Congo knows him, even from the times of Kabila to Mobutu Sese Seko. So today our guest is Professor Reverend Julien Ciakuda Sr. Welcome, Professor Julien.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Ade, for inviting me this evening. We are evening in London. I don't know if you're still morning.
Yeah, 6 hours ahead of me, so it doesn't matter. Yes. That's why I always say good day.
Yes, today is the 12th. What day is it? 11, 12?
It should be, no, it's 11 today.
11 of February 2025.
Yes.
And I am happy to be with you, to be with all Pan-Africans, white and black, and all over the world via your media. And then I am happy that you start by Nkrumah. Nkrumah is the first and the last African strong leader who wrote on Congo, challenge of Congo, during his presidency. And today we don't have African or Pan-African of that caliber. He was the president of Ghana. As you said, he sent the military to save Lumumba in the 60s, the crisis of 60. With my friend, Professor Thomas Kanza, the late Thomas Kanza, he wrote that book. And Thomas Kanza, my friend, was the minister of Lumumba for United Nations. We are coming very far with this Congo problem. But the Congo problem is not a Congolese problem. It's a problem of all Africans, all black people all over the world. The world of today is very cruel. You can see what is happening now in Palestine. And Mr. President of the new president of America, Mr. Trump, which I respect much, whom I respect very much, is trying to buy Gaza. And then you understand that tomorrow we will hear we want to buy Congo. Now I am to your disposal. God bless Africa. God bless Congo. God bless the world.
All right. So I'll call you Reverend Ciakuda. I think I'm comfortable with that. I know you're a professor.
Very good.
Yeah, Reverend. Yes. So I'll call you Reverend Ciakuda. I know you're a patriarch now.
I am Anglican priest.
Okay.
And the leader of Congolese resistance in the world.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. So, I mean, I know you are trained in African studies, theology, religion,
In Montreal,
yes,
in the University of Montreal. Many
Montreal,
years
yeah.
ago. That's many years ago. I finished my PhD in 85.
Okay, all right.
I was still very young. I was under 30, 27, 26. But today I am 68, and all my life is on these matters. We don't solve it. It's every time it's restarting. All the time is restarting. And when you don't have Congo, you don't have Africa. And when you get to Congo, you get all Africa, because all the world resources are in Congo. But the problem is the wise leader of Africa, almost all of them, they have gone. I start with them. I was very young, and all of them almost they have gone. This is to salute the memory of the late president of Namibia, who just passed away, Sam Nujoma. Those are kind of leaders. Nyerere, Kaunda, Nkrumah, Lumumba, Desmond Tutu, Mandela. They are not again there. If they were there, they could say something on Gaza. They were going to say something on Congo. But now we don't have African leaders of that caliber. It's where we are now.
All right, no problem. I'll give you time to talk about that. Don't worry. I know you have you're very experienced. I also see in your in your CV, because of your report and all that things you've done. I see you have a fantastic relationship with Mandela, Desmond Tutu that you mentioned, and you were also very close to the members of the ANC, especially during
Exactly.
apartheid.
From Norway, from Oslo, Norway.
From Oslo, Norway, I can see that. Yeah,
yes.
Peacekeeping, the Freedom Flag Foundation, that's the NGO based in Oslo at that time. So you've been around the world. I saw you also helped the Haitians during the time of Aristide, So, I mean, like I introduced you, you fit the billing and all that. And you started young, like you said. But the issue at hand, it's becoming a perennial problem. Nkrumah's book was Challenge of the Congo. Now I'm calling this discussion challenges because it's now a perennial problem, and it's really appalling. So, but what's your assessment of the current situation in Eastern DRC today? Your own assessment of the current situation?
It's not the current situation. It's the repetition of the same situation.
Okay.
For 30 years now, since Mobutu left. You see, the people who are using black Hitler, Paul Kagame, the people who are using Mussolini of Africa, Kaguta Museveni, Yoweri, those people, they have an agenda on the minerals of Congo. They would like to get the minerals and finish all the Congolese. This extermination of the owner of Congo by the hidden monsters in the international community. I call them monsters because they don't believe in human rights. They don't believe in what they call democracy. When they are in the West, they are Democrats. They belong to their people to take power. But when they come on our continent, they have another heart. They become cruel. And they use cruel people without heart, without mind, to destroy Africa. And they show to everyone that those are the right leaders of Africa. Those are the powerful leaders of Africa. They don't speak with them about democracy. They don't speak to them with them about human rights. No respect of human being. Okay? They can rape, they can kill, they can genocide people, they can exterminate other people, but behind that, they have to loot the minerals, strategic minerals of Congo for them, for some multinationals. I don't say all the West people are involved. European Union, UK, France, US, they know what I'm speaking about. They know me very well. I used to tell them in their eyes, let us stop what is going on here in Congo. You have an agenda of exterminating the Congolese people because of the resources God has given to them. But the resource of Congo, as Nkrumah stated in his book, The Challenge of Congo, written in the 60s. In this book, if you ask to the politician of Congo, nobody has written that book. There is another book written by my friend, The Rise and the Fall of Patrice Lumumba. The same premises which Nkrumah has pointed in his book, they are also in the book of Thomas Kanza, who was very close with Nkrumah. And Thomas was my friend. Thomas is the first intellectual from the Belgium University of Congolese citizenship. The first Black Congolese who took a diploma in the Belgium of university is the Thomas Kanza. In the 60s, Thomas Kanza represented Patrice Lumumba to United Nations as ambassador during the crisis of Congo, which Nkrumah, Ghana, intervened, okay, militarily. And the person who presented Lumumba to Nkrumah is my friend Thomas Kanza. And Kanza and me, we were like twins. We had a law. He was a professor at Oxford here. He died at Oxford, but he was the Minister of Cooperation of Laurent Désiré Kabila. He was ambassador in Stockholm, and we had a lot of discussion on Africa issues with Thomas Kanza.
Okay, let me interject you. Sorry, sir. Let me interject you for a minute. Yeah, you said since Mobutu left, there's not been peace. You know, I just want to get clarity. Were you happy with the 32 years of Mobutu? Do you think? I mean,
okay, that question is very important. During my studies in Montreal,
okay,
in the 80s, in Canada, I was a president of African students and workers in Canada. We created the Union of Africans to deal with the government of Canada and the government of Quebec for Francophonie. And during the same times, I was the leader of the youth of the party, the only political party which was in Congo for Mobutu. It was MPR, Mouvement Populaire de la Révolution, Popular Movement of Revolution.
Yeah, I know. Mobutu.
I was the representative of youth of that movement in Montreal. For Mobutu, we were born member of his party. There were no another party than MPR. And we were obliged to be member of MPR. For that reason, I have served Mobutu. But during my research in Montreal, I started to research on liberation theology in Latin America during that time. And my eyes, I was young, but my eyes opened. And I was also a priest, Anglican priest of the Haitian people in Montreal. Then, when I went in a mission to Haiti, from Haiti, I started to see what was going on in Congo, in Zaire during that time. I became an opponent to Mobutu through my research, through my engagement. And at the end, I was international support with international lobbying around all West countries, Europe, America, Canada, for the party of Etienne Tshisekedi, the father of Felix Tshisekedi, who is now president. I worked with his father, and his father is like my grandbrother, and Felix is my son. I think you got me.
Yes, clear. Yeah.
But this is not to say that I am working with Felix Tshisekedi because he is not his father. He is the puppet used by Kagame and Museveni after Laurent Desire Kabila, their first puppet after Laurent Desire Kabila. I think you got me well.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Where we are now is a repetition of crisis for the same reason of minerals of Congo, strategic mineral of Congo. Museveni and Kagame are used by some politician of the West. Tony Blair here in the UK, but the person who created this is Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. And then they used Tony Blair. I think you got me well. For this reason, I am in this country, in the UK, since 2003, when they created a government of one president and 4 vice presidents in Kinshasa. I left Kinshasa. When I saw the same people who fight and killed Laurent Desire Kabila coming back after so-called dialogue in 2003, 2002, 2003, they were a dialogue. Today they are speaking again about another dialogue. There were many dialogues. During Laurent Desire Kabila, dialogue. And those dialogue, it doesn't solve the problem. Because to solve the problem, we have to do all to get rid of Kagame and Museveni in that sub-region of the Great Lakes. This is the duty of all Pan-African, all of Africans. Pan-African.
These are democratically, I mean, so to say, Kagame is democratically elected, Kagame is elected, Museveni too is elected. So except
okay, those people, now I get you. If you take Museveni, take because everything starts in Uganda after Mobutu. During Mobutu time, the end of Mobutu, we stood up. I was doing international lobbying to get rid of Mobutu as a dictator. During that time, we were speaking about democracy and human rights. That was correct. And we did this after we have freed South Africa of apartheid, and we have put Mandela on the presidency of South Africa. I was working with Desmond Tutu, my friend, the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu Nobel Prize, and Winnie Mandela. With Scandinavia country, I am the first black priest of the Norwegian State Church. And my position was used by the anti-apartheid movement for us to free Mandela and the people of ANC out of prison and free South Africa of apartheid. But we had a mission. Our mission with Desmond Tutu and Winnie Mandela and the other party group, other friend of ANC, it was that first we free Mandela from prison, we end apartheid, then we free Zaire of Mobutu. And then it's why I went to prepare for the mediation of Mandela to Zaire during the end of Mobutu and the meeting between Laurent Desire Kabila and Mobutu. It was prepared by the person who is speaking to you from South Africa, the free South Africa, with the Winnie Mandela, with Desmond Tutu and Mandela. And Mandela became mediator to Zaire crisis between Laurent Desire and Mobutu.
So are you, sorry, another interjection, sir. Are you talking about the meeting they had on the South Africa?
Utenika.
Yeah, Utenika. Okay, at yes. Pointe-Noire.
But to prepare Utenika, it was my lobbying with Madame Sirleaf Johnson, my sister there, who became president, led president after that, she became a president of Liberia. But during that time, Madame Sirleaf was at UNDP in New York as an administrator for Africa. Then we did a lot of work. That lady, thanks to her, we changed the situation in Zaire. She has given us a lot of power, a lot of support, and we changed this. Before changing Zaire, the situation in Zaire, we have to change, support Dos Santos in Angola. with the same lady, Madame Sirleaf. It's a great lady, Madame Sirleaf Johnson. We had the conference on Angola to finish with the mass killing in Angola during our comrade Dos Santos. We had this conference in Belgium called Round the Table Conference on Angola, where all the stakeholders of the international community came together to end the crisis of Angola. We were there together with President Dos Santos and Savimbi. But the main problem was in Zaire of Mobutu, because Savimbi was doing war in Angola, but his residence was in Kinshasa by Mobutu. And you remember the role of CIA with Savimbi, but everything was in the hand of Mobutu. The same today we have with Kagame and Museveni. After the fall of Mobutu, the Museveni, who was contacted by us, I was a friend of Museveni. I contacted Museveni to help us to get rid of Mobutu militarily. You got me? Museveni got the power. He got also his power in Tanzania, helped by in Uganda, helped by Tanzania of Nyerere. You got me? And when Nyerere helped Museveni to take over in Uganda, after finishing his mission, he took off his soldiers. They went back to Tanzania. No problem in Uganda. But Museveni, during his time in Maki, in Bush, he was with Kagame. Museveni he is from Tutsi group of Rwanda. He's not Ugandese. Now I start now to come in the problem. Museveni, he went with the mother when he was at the age of 6-7 years to Uganda. He is a Tutsi Rwandese. And at one stage...
Sorry, sir. You're saying President Museveni is a Tutsi?
He's a Tutsi from Rwanda. He's not Ugandese. He will tell to you, I am a Munyangole, I am a Munyangole. That's their tactic. It's a Kagame now is creating a group so-called, we are Banyamulengo of Congo, we are Banyamulengo of Congo. Everywhere they are, they take the nationality of that country by using false premises. They create identity, then they start to create a problem in that country. In Uganda, Museveni will tell you, I am a Munyangole. Munyangole is near Rwanda. Okay? But openly, he is from Tutsi Rwandese. And the Tutsi in Rwanda, they were almost 5% of the population. The majority, they are Hutu. And there is another 1-2% of Ntua. The Ntua, they have disappeared. They have killed them, all of them by Kagame. Now, they are facing the Hutu. But during the time they were in Maki, in the bush of Uganda, before taking over in 86, the power in Uganda, they had a plan in the bush. We are going to take Uganda, and then we will take Rwanda, and then we will control the East Africa. And then the Ugandese, the normal Ugandese were asking them, but we want just to get our country back from Idi Amin. But why you have to go to Rwanda? Oh, you people, you don't understand the problem. But that kind of large project to control all East Africa, how are we going to nourish that project? Museveni was telling to them, Congo has a lot of minerals. We are going to feed our project from Congo. They were not in power in Uganda. They knew they were going to enter in Congo with weapons. It's a planification of that. It's something planified from Uganda in bush. And when they took over in Uganda, Kagame was a chief military agency of Museveni, his brother, in Uganda as Ugandese. All of them, they become Ugandese. All the group of Kagame, they were in Uganda as Ugandese. They have given themselves identity. Oh, I am coming from the mountain. I am coming from the valley. I am coming from this in Uganda. And they organized from Uganda to take over in Rwanda. And when they reach Rwanda, they become Rwandese. All of them, they become Rwandese.
Yeah,
Kagame wanted the chief military agency of Museveni.
Reverend, let me interject you.
Please.
I mean, I'm going to allow you to talk. There's no problem. But if I have to speak to anything you say, I will interject you. It was in Rwanda, the war in Rwanda started with, I think, the Hutu. You know, I know it was after the death of Habyarimana when the plane got blown up and all that, after the peace accord in Arusha, you know, that but Hutus were the ones that started killing Tutsi, which of course the RPF had to.
No,
yeah.
Let me, so you have to, we have many Africans, they don't understand what is going on in that part of, our continent.
Let us know, at least from your perspective.
In Rwanda, there is a cycle of violence between Hutu and Tutsi. Okay. In the end of 50s, they had another violence there. The Tutsi killed the Hutu. And the problem started with the Belgium colony. When the Belgium colony came, they neglected the majority. They used the outcomer, the Tutsi, who came from somewhere. Because if you read the history, they are not the owner of Rwanda. They came from somewhere. The original people, they are in Ntwa. The Ntwa, they have disappeared. They are like the Aborigine of America. They don't exist again. The Indian, they don't exist. They have killed them all. I think you got me. And then you had the Ntwa in a small group, and the majority were Hutu. And then the Tutsi came. But the Tutsi, they were very linked to the colonizers, the Belgium colony. The Belgian colony wanted to use the minority against the majority. And then, by the end of 50s, the Tutsi start, before the end of the 50s, the Tutsi started to reign on the majority. By the end of 50, there were genocide there. The Hutu revenge on the Tutsi. The Tutsi had to run to Uganda, to Congo, to Tanzania, to Kenya. You got me? And those who went in Uganda, they went to organize themselves. They become Ugandese. Everywhere they go, they become the people of that country. To penetrate, to infiltrate, to manipulate, and then to take over the power. They took the power in Uganda with the project to come back to revenge in Rwanda. When you spoke about Arusha Accord, Arusha Accord was to create the climate of stability, as we did in South Africa before Mandela took the power. We had to organize that the white people could not go, and they have to arrange with the majority of the black to rule the country. The same thing, the Arusha Accord was in the same. Okay, let us now find a negotiated accord. But during the mediation of Arusha in Tanzania, Museveni and the Kagame, with their project of going to steal in Congo, they got now the reinforced the force in their lobbying. They get a force from Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Tony Blair, to attack Rwanda and take over. They killed the two presidents, the president Habyarimana and the president of Burundi in the same. And the plan coming from the negotiation, they did not want a dialogue. They wanted to reign as a terrorist, as a conquistador of Rwanda, with a plan to enter in Congo.
Yeah, but sorry, once again, the plane that had Habyarimana and the president of Burundi, has it been confirmed who actually blew up that plane? I mean, I know there were a lot of.
Okay, that's a very good question. Yeah. Very good question.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? There were this tribunal on Rwanda, which was only favorable to the Tutsi. They never judged any Tutsi until today, for 30 years. That tribunal, it never judge any Tutsi. It judge only Hutu. And you know that there were crises between Hutu and the Tutsi. The people died to the other side.
Yeah,
when you speak about these things,
Reverend Ciakuda,
yes,
but at that time also, because I'm conversant with a lot of things that happened there. At that time also, there were Hutu moderates and Hutu extremists, and the Hutu extremists were not happy that Abiyarimana, who signed a peace agreement in the first instance, they didn't like that. That's the extremists. They felt the moderates were happy, but the Hutu extremists didn't like it. So it might not be fair. I'm not exonerating the Tutsi, but I'm saying you can't just pinpoint everything at the side of the Tutsi, because there's good reason, for example, for the Hutu extremists to also get rid of Abiyarimana, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
It's not the Hutu extremists did not have the kind of weapon which was used against that plan.
How do you know that? How do you know
the inquiries, the international inquiries,
okay,
have come. Then you should speak to Charles Onana to read the book of Charles Onana. The international inquiry has to find the type of the weapon which killed Abiyarimana, and they know exactly where that weapon, that direction which it came from. And why until today there is no conclusion to say this is the people who shot the plane. Until today, when they come to that stage, they stop. Madame Carla de la Ponte, who was leading the tribunal, the international tribunal. Do you know why she left that tribunal? Because of that. Because she wanted to come out of the truth of that plan. And that is the starting point of everything. And nobody wants to touch to that. France, they had their soldiers there. They know the problem. They don't want to say it. Okay? But then, I don't want to enter in the Rwandese matters. That's the Rwandese matters. Yes. But me, I'm speaking about Congolese matters.
Yeah, no problem. I'm giving you time. We'll get there. I've told you you have time. But I just have to get things in proper perspective. And, it's a discussion. If you say something, I think it's not right, or I need clarity on, especially for our viewers.
Yeah, exactly. Just to come in with questions, I will exactly. Clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go on. So from what you have said so far, the Tutsi, they are all over the place. They have an agenda. They've taken Uganda, even though they are not Ugandans. They've taken over Rwanda. Now they have expansionist program in Congo. Now,
yes.
Just a minute, sir. Now, when Kabila came in, Kabila was backed by Museveni and Kagame, the RPF. There's no doubt about that. You know that. I mean, it was their expertise, their military, their money they used to bring in Kabila. In fact, by the time Kabila took power, it was common knowledge that majority of the soldiers, were of Tutsi origin. Am I correct, sir?
Exactly. Yeah. Not the majority. They had the strategic positions.
Okay, fair enough.
And then start to infiltrate Tutsi inside of our army, our police, our security system, intelligence system, in administration, in business, in a set enterprise. They had their agenda behind Laurent Désiré Kabila.
Okay, so they were intentional about, based on what you're saying, they had expansionist ambition, they were intentional about it. But now, the Kabila died and his son came in. Now we have Tshisekedi. This thing to say is a recurring.
Okay, I would like to correct you. I want to correct you.
Okay, please.
I want to correct you. Yeah, because if you don't understand this, you take their rhetoric, then you don't understand the problem of Congo.
That's why you're here, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Me, I am an actor. I am not someone reading books. I am an actor.
You're not like me.
I am a person who has been there, who has the touch, who has the scene, who has the acting.
Okay. Go ahead.
Laurent Désiré Kabila, me, Ciakuda, in 95, I was the first Congolese to ask Museveni to back us to back us against Mobutu from Oslo in 95. Okay? The government of Norway, they put me with Museveni. This man can help you. I asked Museveni, would you help us? We started to work together. Museveni was my comrade. Dos Santos was our comrade. And we worked out a plan. Laurent Desire Kabila was not involved. It's me who started my things. Laurent did not have even one weapon in Tanzania. He was doing his bar. He was doing his business. He tried, he failed in the 60s, then he forgot. We start to work together, Museveni and Dos Santos. Because Dos Santos wanted to finish with Savimbi. And we wanted to finish with Mobutu. But we needed partners. And I approached Museveni as a Pan-Africanist. And we agreed that we could find a solution. You caught me well, please.
Yes, no problem. I'm listening.
At the end of our process of taking Mobutu out, Museveni sent someone to Tanzania to search for Laurent Desire Kabila, because they thought that with Ciakuda, we are not going to do that plan. Ciakuda is known all over the world. His influence in many places in the world.
Sorry, sir.
And they should go with him.
Sorry, Reverend. For the purpose of people watching and listening, you are the Ciakuda, right? So
Ciakuda, yes.
I am Ciakuda. Don't want you. Yes, they did not.
They say that with Ciakuda, in their laboratory of the Tutsi, Museveni and Kagame say, with that one, we are not going to do our project.
Okay.
Of fooling this Congolese.
Because they can't control you.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Ciakuda has a long arms in the international milieu.
They are connected.
And then this man is going to stop us. And this man is a patriot. He's going to stop us. Let us go to use the man who was coming in the 60s, 70s, searching for us. That's Laurent Desire Kabila was in Tanzania. Then they send someone to Tanzania to search for Laurent. Laurent was not even believing in their plan. Laurent hesitates. And then they say, no, we are with the American, we are with this, we are this. They come with us. They send the plane. Museveni sent the plane. Laurent went to Uganda, and from Kampala, Laurent told to him, go to Kigali to meet with Kagame. They describe who he was, how he was, and how he is to Kagame. Kagame did not know Laurent. Museveni knew Laurent because Museveni was a refugee in Dar es Salaam. And Laurent was a refugee in Dar es Salaam. They knew each other from there. And Museveni studied at the University of Dar es Salaam. Okay? It's how Museveni said, oh, we need that one. Because that one can be, it doesn't have a relation in the world. But not Mr. Ciakuda, the reverend, he can stop the project. I think you got me.
Go ahead, yeah.
And then when Roland reached Uganda, they sent him to Kagame. He met with Kagame, and they told to him, we have a project here. They make him sign document against the integrity of Congo. They make him signing document for them to lead everything. And then they create what they called AFDL. They call the AFDL, they put Laurent Desire Kabila as the flag. As they are now using Nanga, Corneille Nanga, as another flag. They have done this all their time for the last 30 years. Now, when they reach Kinshasa, Laurent Desire Kabila let them enter in Kinshasa. He declared himself president from Katanga. That was the beginning of the war of 98, which we got in 98, in August 98. The 17th of May 97, Laurent Desire Kabila declared himself from Katanga, not from Kinshasa. He left them reaching in Kinshasa, all the Tutsi. Then behind them in Katanga, in his place, he declared himself president. That's the starting of the problem. This man was only porte-parole, a flag. Why now he's declaring himself as a president? If I was in Ottawa during that time, working for lobbying of that war, and believing that it's our war against a dictatorship. I was doing lobbying. I left Norway. I was in Ottawa, following everything with all international community, including Museveni himself, via his ambassador Wamwimbi in Ottawa. But when Laurent took over, the press, international press, said in English, in French, il vient de s'autoproclamer président de la République. He has made himself president. Okay? That was already a crisis with his mentor Tutsi of Rwanda and Uganda. Then Laurent could not come to Kinshasa straight on. Laurent went to open new relations with Namibia, Zimbabwe, of Mugabe, of Angola, who were not involved in that directly. He came with the Museveni and the Kagame. Then he find out that if I go to Kinshasa as a president, these people are going to kill me. They had their own plan. They were going to place Bugera from their side, who was a Tutsi Rwandese, as the president of Congo. Laurent went to search these relations. During 3 days, they were expecting him in Kinshasa. Laurent was searching for backup from Namibia, Zimbabwe. He said, I don't have army. I don't have army. If I go to Kinshasa, I don't have security. I'm going to be killed. Help me. You are the Bantu. Help me. It's why Angola, Namibia, Zimbabwe, South Africa of Mandela, they back up Laurent. It's in this way Laurent, 3 days after, arrived in Kinshasa. It was already climate of war, climate of terror in Kinshasa. But Laurent was not believing in anyone. He was now with another group, which was not his former group, of the Tutsi group. And it was a fighting. During that time, I left Ottawa. And before I leave Ottawa, I got a message from Museveni via his ambassador. You don't go to Kinshasa, wait for the president, he's coming to Ottawa. On the 20th June of 97. And Laurent took the power on the 17th. I wanted to take my plane. The ambassador of Museveni called me. You don't go to Kinshasa, wait for your brother, your friend is coming to Toronto. There were a conference on minerals in Toronto. When I reached Toronto with the ambassador of Museveni, Museveni received me. But he hid to me the minister of minerals, of mining, of Laurent Desire Kabila, who was in that delegation. We could not meet at the hotel. When I finished with Museveni, now I have to go to Congo. I came out in the hotel, in the lobby of the hotel. The ambassador of Museveni came to me. He said, did the president present to you the minister of mining? I say, which minister? Yours or ours? 1 month after Laurent Desire Kabila took over, the conference of these multinationals of mining, they had a meeting in Toronto. You got me well?
Yeah, so bottom line, everybody is after the minerals of Congo.
Yes, now you understand. After one month of the Laurent Desire Kabila in power, Laurent, as a president, did not come, was not invited in Toronto. Museveni was a central there. The president of Uganda was central in Toronto, the 20th of June, 97. I give you the date. I was there. I went just there to meet Museveni. And then Museveni told me this. I know every one of you, but you don't know each other. Now you go, Laurent, I am with him every minute on phone. I will tell him now the reverend is coming. You should learn to work together. But his ambassador, when I'm coming on lobby, he said, the president showed you the minister of mining. I say, whom? Your minister of mining or our minister of mining? He said, oh, Reverend, I did not say anything. I did not say anything. I left for Ottawa from Toronto. And I took the plane 2 days after to Kinshasa. In Kinshasa, I was stopped. I could not do anything. I find that the Minister of Foreign Affairs was Bizimakara from Tutsi Rwandese. His Director of Cabinet, Ruberwa, from Tutsi Rwandese. The Chief of Army, James Kabarebe, from Tutsi Rwandese. Chief of our Army, James Kabarebe. He's there now in Rwanda.
Yeah.
But all of them, and even the party of then, Bugera from Tutsi Rwandese, Laurent was just puppet as the president. Okay? He could not control anything from 97 to 98. But Laurent, they thought he was a puppet for them. Laurent was a patriot. Laurent had a vision. He understood that I have to be with Angola, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa to help me go through of this problem. And then the 2nd of August, because it's a program, it's not a book. So all the things will come in my books when I will have time. But the 2nd of August, Laurent Desire Kabila asked them, now you should go back. The military who back me up, you did like Nyerere in Uganda, now you can go back. And then if there is something to pay you, we will pay you. That's the starting of the war the same day. And our chief of army, who was claiming to be Congolese, James Kabarebe, ran out to Rwanda. He became Rwandese, chief of army of Rwanda, 1 year after. In Congo, he was Congolese, chief of army of Congo. 1 year after, he's in Rwanda, chief of army, and he became Rwandese, Tutsi. And then started to fight Laurent Desire Kabila and the Congo.
Kabarebe,
the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Sorry, Reverend, Kabarebe is dead now.
James Kabarebe, okay?
But
he's in Rwanda until now.
He's
the man who is planning what they call M23. He's him.
Oh, okay.
The man, the strategy of that M23, of Nanga, of FFC, is James Kabarebe. He was a Congolese in from 17 May 97 to the 2nd of August 98. He was a Congolese. He was claiming to be Congolese, and he was our chief of the army of Congo. He destroyed all our army during the year. He took all the archives of the army to Rwanda. He destroyed all the Congo, all the archives of politics, of the parliament of Mobutu, of the presidents of Mobutu. They took everything to Rwanda. The Congo as it is, we don't have archive. Military or civilian archives, we don't have anything in Rwanda. From James Kabarebe, Bizimakara, Bugera, all the Ruberwa, Nyarugabu, all of them, they were doing that job of finishing Congo militarily. They destroy Congo militarily.
Okay, so can we quickly move to how Kabila died, then Kabila's son came in, and to how we got to Tshisekedi, so that we can, because we need to go to solutions also, you know, we need to find a way.
Okay, good.
So how did Kabila die? How did Kabila, the son, come in, and how we got to Tshisekedi? All right, over to you.
You understand that behind the Kagame and the Museveni, they are phantoms. Okay, those phantoms, they have very strong leaders who want to get minerals of Congo by any means without Congolese. And then, as I am insisting, the minerals of Congo they are the resources of all the black people of the world and of Africa. What is going on in Congo is not for Congolese. It's a extermination of the black people. It's expropriation of the resources of the black people of the African continent. And all Pan-African, all African should understand this.
So,
like Kagame and Museveni, they don't exist. They don't exist. It's a creation of the multinationals.
Yeah, I want us, before we go into the solution, I'm saying, can you enlighten us on when how Kabila died, then how his son succeeded him, how they were able
to... He's not his son. He's not his son. He's a fabrication.
Okay, that's what
we had the war. We had the war. We had this war when the James Kabarebe they left, started to fight us, and they become Rwandese. They were Congolese, and then they left one part in Congo, claiming we are Banyamulenge. The Banyamulenge ethnic or tribe does exist in Congo. It's their creation. They will tell you, oh, the Congolese wanted to kill all the Banyamulenge. No. Mobutu, his director of cabinet, was a Rwandese, Bisengimana Rwema. We never killed him. He was a Tutsi Rwandese. We never killed them. We have a professor of university like my friend, who is one of the greatest professor of law in Congo, Professor Nyabirungu. He's a Tutsi Rwandese. We never killed them. This rhetoric is coming only from Museveni and Kagame. And then this is for purpose. It's to fooling the international community with false information, and then they are doing their job of killing, creating what they call a rebellion. It's not. There is no rebellion in Congo. You have to distinguish between a rebellion and aggression, or occupation of a country, a tentative of balkanization of a country to take the richest part of the country, and they call it. They create people from their country. They send them to Congo, and they say to the international community, oh, they are rebellion. There is no rebellion. They are not rebels.
Okay, so Reverend, who killed Kabila?
Kagame Museveni knows. That question you can ask Kagame Museveni and James Kabarebe. You can ask Tony Blair. You can ask Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. They know who killed Kabila.
Okay,
you can ask Louis Michel. You can ask Louis Michel in Belgium. They know who killed Laurent Désiré Kabila.
Okay, so Désiré... Okay? Let's go with Kabila died, killed by whoever killed him. Then the young Kabila came in.
I gave you the people who knows exactly what has happened to Laurent Désiré Kabila. Okay, I have given you the name.
Okay,
I have given you the name.
Yeah.
If you start your research from Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Louis Michel in Belgium, you ask Tony Blair in the UK, then you ask Museveni and Kagame, their arms there.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm working with time, so let's move ahead. Now, the young Kabila is dead now. We don't care who did what now.
We care. Kabila was a patriot. He was our president. We wanted to know who killed him. We have the same question until today. Who killed Laurent Désiré Kabila?
Okay, I agree. It would be good to know, agree. But right now, we're moving to the young Kabila, the one that took over. So now Kabila is dead now. The young Kabila came in. You said he's not his son. How is he not his son? And how was he selected to be the successor of man when Laurent
when Afdel was advancing toward Kinshasa, James Kabarebe had an assistant who was his brother or his uncle. His name was Commandant Hippo. It's known. The UN Carleton reports of that time, 96, 97, they were speaking about Commandant Hippo, Hippolyte Kanambe, Commandant Hippo. That Commandant Hippo suddenly became Joseph Kabila after the death of Laurent Désiré Kabila. Commandant Hippo was a Tutsi related in family with James Kabarebe. Okay?
So
Laurent Désiré Kabila.
Sorry, sir, Reverend. You're saying that Joseph Kabila is not the son of Laurent Kabila. He was just a puppet of the Tutsi.
I have given you the name, the real name, the name he had when the Afdel of Laurent Désiré Kabila was coming toward Kinshasa. He was called Commandant Hippolyte Kanambe. Hippolyte Kanambe was a friend, a Tutsi friend of Laurent Désiré Kabila. And that young man who you call Joseph Kabila is really Hippolyte Kanambe, Commandant Hippo. He is a Tutsi Rwandese. They create him, they create a village, they create a family, they put him in a relation with Laurent Désiré Kabila and put him in the power by Louis Michel of Belgium. Okay?
Okay, so fast
Me,
forward.
I am not afraid of them. I start politics before them. All the people I am mentioning, I start politics before them.
Absolutely.
I am not afraid of them.
Yeah, we've checked.
I am speaking about my country. I know their involvement in that country.
Absolutely. So we now, how did Tshisekedi, the son of Etienne, your friend, become president? Because I mean, from everything you have said, the Tutsi forces did not want Etienne to be president, correct? Or they put him there too?
The same group, the same names I have mentioned, they did not want Etienne to become a president.
Okay.
Because of his patriotism.
Okay.
Okay. Now they wanted because when Joseph, the so-called Joseph Kabila, I worked with him in Kinshasa for 2 years.
The man you call Hippo, Captain Hippo.
The man you call Hippo, I worked with him. I accept like you that he was the son of Joseph of Laurent Désiré Kabila.
They look alike, actually.
No, they don't look it out. I will give you the daughter of Laurent Désiré Kabila, whom I gave the asylum here in London. If you see here, you will see Laurent Désiré Kabila, not those people. Okay?
All right, go ahead.
I have the daughter of Laurent Désiré Kabila here, who was making food for the father at the palais of the presidency. Then those people, they are not daughter or like Janet Kabila, Joseph Kabila. They are not what they are. They know their names. They have their fathers. They have their mothers. They are not related to Laurent Désiré Kabila. It's a manipulation of the Tutsi. Okay? I worked with him for 3 years in Kinshasa. I find out what I am telling to you. I find out that he was not the son.
We have 5 minutes to round up. You know, this.
Okay.
Like I told you, we're going to round up this part. This is the end of part 1. So we have about 5 minutes. In part 2, we're going to talk more about solutions to the problem. So in 5 minutes, tell us how Tshisekedi got to power and why it's struggling with Kagame over. Because if they put him there, I see no reason why they should be fighting. You know. So
why they put Laurent Désiré Kabila?
5 minutes so that we can.
When they put Laurent Désiré Kabila, why they fight with him? It's because of minerals. Okay? Before they went to search for the son of Tshisekedi, they came to me. They offered me 50 million. I refused. They come back 150. They come with 500 million. They come with 1 billion with some conditions. And the condition, one of the main conditions, you are going to work for us. We are going to make you the president. I asked them here in London, how are you going to make me president? No, Reverend, we know, we the Tutsi, we control there. We know what we are going to do.
Yeah, but you said earlier, that Museveni did not want you to be president because they felt they could not control you and because you had international connection. So why would they now want you instead of Tshisekedi now, the young?
That's a good question.
What
they told me here, we the Tutsi, we are like that. If we have a lot of pressures, even kneeling, we will come to you. Even kneeling, we will come to you. It's how we operate with the Tutsi. Now it's your time. I am leader of resistance. We had a lot of pressure on their puppet of so-called Joseph Kabila for years. I don't know if he knew the phenomenon of combatant in London. They could not survive again internationally. We have created a lot of resistance movement, a lot of combatants around the world. At the end, I came to Washington and I asked the Americans that Joseph Kabila cannot do the 3rd mandate. They tried to put him to continue the 3rd mandate as a president. We stopped that and we reinforced the resistance. At the end, they say, let us go to Ciakuda. Ciakuda maybe can serve us. Now he doesn't have the money. Let us give him the money, and then he can work for us. But I am not a house. I am not a shoes. I am not a mansion you come and buy. I refuse up to $1 billion with the foolish condition behind. We make you president, you work for us. I say, I cannot do that. I cannot sacrifice my country for $1 billion. And where did you get the $1 billion to give to me? Oh, Reverend, don't worry. We are 25 years in your country. We have still a lot of money in your country. We have more than that. Then the fourth time, when I refused the 1 billion, they told me here, you will see what we are going to do. We are going to come with the son of your Kichekedi. And behind the son of your Kichekedi, our sister is the wife. Well, she was not a wife during that time. They told me, he's living with our sister. And you will see what we will do. Our sister will be your president. For this time, you will see we the Tutsi, we are going to do.
Thank you.
I laugh.
Yeah,
it's how they got they got to Tshisekedi. Tshisekedi was in Belgium without money. They went to him and they made him president with false elections. They are good in manipulation of things. Okay? Fantastic. They are good in good lie.
Reverend, I have to stop you there. So, I mean, to everybody listening, what we've done right now is to look at background from Mobutu, you know, all the way to what's happening there. It's clear. It's an insider. He saw a lot of these things firsthand. He checks out. They all know him and all that. So this is going to be the end of first part. We're going to have a part two. That part two, we're going to look at solutions to the challenges of the Congo. You know, it's just a reoccurring problem. It's a perennial problem. So we have been talking to Professor Reverend Julien Ciakuda. Yes, he's the African Consultancy Bureau. He's an international statesman, clearly. He's highly revered in the Congo, in the Great Lakes area. And so we call it a wrap for part one there to all our listeners, wherever they may be, our viewers, so to say, our subscribers. We thank you for your loyalty. Just watch out for the part two. It's always no old bear here. It's Atlantic Discourse. We go for the jugular. We are reshaping the narrative one conversation at a time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for everything. See you next week.